Hello everyone, I'm Mike Mickle. Welcome to INN News. Tragedy strikes another university. Oklahoma State women's basketball coach Kurt Budke and assistant women's coach Miranda Cerna are two of four victims of a plane crash. A pilot and another person not affiliated with the university also died when the plane went down last night in Arkansas. Budke and Cerna were on a recruiting trip. Oklahoma State's president says everyone is devastated. That crash comes nearly 11 years after a plane crash killed people affiliated with OSU's men's basketball team in a farm field near Denver. That was back in 2001. Child sex abuse allegations are now rocking another university's athletic department. Syracuse University has put associate basketball coach Bernie Fine on administrative leave after police say they are reinvestigating child abuse allegations against him. Fine denies any wrongdoing. The allegations include inappropriate contact in the 1980s and 1990s. Syracuse head coach Jim Boeheim says Fine has his full support. Meanwhile, more men are coming forward saying they were sexually abused by former Penn State assistant coach Jerry Sandusky. Some say they were moved to speak out after hearing him proclaim his innocence on national TV. Prior to that, there were 8 potential victims. All say they met Sandusky through the charity he created called Second Mile. Now, a dangerous situation in Reno, Nevada, where a massive wildfire is burning out of control. Reno's fire chief says the fire has scorched at least 400 acres. At least 20 homes have been damaged or destroyed. The chief says high winds are making it hard for firefighters to get those flames under control. No word on what sparked that fire. A sinkhole caused a building to collapse in South Carolina, and others are at risk. That collapse happened last night in Georgetown. Multiple businesses could be next in line if that sinkhole gets bigger. No word yet what caused the ground to cave. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Well, if you have peanut butter in your cabinets, we have a warning for you. Smucker's is recalling thousands of 16-ounce jars of its Smucker's Natural Peanut Butter Chunky because of possible salmonella contamination. The product was distributed in 16 states. The jars have best if used by dates of August 3rd, 2012 and August 4th, 2012. No illnesses have been reported. If you have the product, you need to stop using it and return it to the store. Well, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is heading to Myanmar next month. It will be the first visit by a U.S. Secretary of State in more than 50 years. The White House says the trip shows Myanmar, which used to be known as Burma, has made some progress toward democracy.
But we want to seize what could be a historic opportunity for progress and make it clear that if Burma continues to travel down the road of democratic reform, it can forge a new relationship with the United States of America.
The president made these remarks in Bali, Indonesia. It's the last stop on his 9-day Asia-Pacific trip. He heads back to Washington tomorrow. Tragedy strikes at a nursing home in Australia, and one country's former president is facing serious charges. Here's tonight's Global News Now. A nursing home fire in Sydney, Australia has killed an unknown number of residents. The home nursed 100 people. Firefighters say the smoke was so thick when they arrived it hampered rescue efforts. Police are treating the fire as suspicious. Thailand's floods have left its streets filled with trash and waste. Parts of Bangkok have been filled with floodwater for more than a month. People there are trying to burn up the trash. Meanwhile, disease is continuing to spread around the region via dirty water and mosquitoes. The Philippine Commission on Elections has approved fraud charges against former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo and several other former officials. She's charged in connection with the alleged manipulation of results during 2007 Senate elections. The former president has denied any wrongdoing, and that's your Global News Now. She starred in such movies as Rebel Without a Cause and West Side Story. She was only 43 when she drowned back in 1981. But now new questions are surfacing about how Natalie Wood actually died, and her case is being reopened. The LA County Sheriff's Office says it made the decision after someone contacted them claiming to have more information about it. No word on what that information is just yet. Wood drowned in the Pacific Ocean. Last year, Wood's sister and the captain of the yacht the actress sailed with her husband, actor Robert Wagner, asked the Sheriff's Office to reopen the case. Both say Wood and Wagner argued on the boat before Wood's drowning. Wagner's camp says the actor's family fully supports this investigation. Well, all the signs were there. After 6 years of marriage, actors Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher are calling it quits. The divorce comes after months of tabloid rumors about Kutcher's supposed infidelity. Moore is 49 years old. He's 33, which has made which was made of the couple's May-December pairing when the two were married back in September of 2005. Well, 80 is apparently the new 65 in the working world. That and more as Ryan Bass gets back to business.
The majority of Thanksgiving travelers will journey to grandmother's house or wherever they're going by road. AAA expects 42.5 million people will travel more than 50 miles away from their homes over the long Thanksgiving weekend. That's a 4% increase in traffic from last year. Hybrid cars may be safer than traditional cars. Recent reports show people in a hybrid car were 25% less likely to get hurt. The Highway Loss Data Institute says the heavy weight of a hybrid car's battery may explain why it performed better in crashes. When it comes to retirement, 80 is the new 65. 1/4 of middle-class Americans are so pessimistic about the economy they plan to keep working until they're at least 80 years old. A Wells Fargo poll found many had saved just 7% of the nest egg they were hoping to build. Sales of men's apparel have been on the rise, increasing 6.5%, outpacing the 1.2% increase in women's apparel. Men were the first to cut back during the recession, creating pent-up demand for replenishment items. Additionally, high unemployment has led to the realization men may have to dress the part to get or secure their jobs. For your Back to Business, I'm Ryan Bass.
Well, with the holidays coming up, we can all stand to save some money wherever we can. Extreme couponing can help, but how do you get organized? Erica Rodriguez helps in her Super Seals budget makeover. Plus, have you had your veggies today? If you ate pizza, then you may be able to say yes. The government delivers this great news coming up on INN.